Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be doing a fun drawing of bird beaks, and we'll see a beak, perhaps two, but at least a beak from two different angles, so side and front angle. So let's get cracking on this. We will take, I think that we have done a video of a blue jay previously, and we will utilize the same because its beak, according to its habitat, is, of course, it's like geared to survive in that particular environment. But its beak is very, very streamlined. It's like a very good example of, how should I say, a beak that is not necessarily resembling one of a predatory bird, and it is not necessarily a beak that is representative of a more docile and like one of the smaller birds like sparrows, canaries. So it's like a medium between. It's like very, very spear shaped with, you know, certain variations between specimens, but it is very, very, it's very spear shaped and conical, and it's a very good, in my estimate, it's a good example to explore this particular bird. Of course, I mean, if I were to delve into drawing a blue jay itself, there would be that iconic, cool-looking patch going right through. So there's one angle, and then if we tap into the same bird, now if I tilt its head and we go from a front angle, quite a different story, of course. There's that little crest, let's put it on the side, and then we so I think right around here we're going to put in a beak to start off. Since it's like that, like conical thing, we have to try to tap in to that factor and just put in some subtle line work that will just define enough of that pattern of the beak and it's all going to be how should we say, due to the tones that we put in, that we will be able to signify the differences. So eyes from that angle coming around somewhere there. Of course, it has this distinctive demarcating eyebrow that we will look at here. Let's see. Backward, I think somewhere along that line. Little flat edge to the eye here, a little bit of a flat edge here, the protrusion above the nose, and then we will have all the other elements. We'll bring the head in a little bit there. Here's the crest, and Now from this point onward, we're going to put in the tones that are going to determine that it's like a beak that's like, you know, going like backward, and that certain angle that we're looking at. So it's off here actually. There's that little tint going backward. And then here on this end, let's put in a tone going this way, converging here at this point. Different thicker, slightly like thicker pencil for this, so we can just go about it very quickly. So the tones are like one thing, but then we have the element of the feathers. The plumage is pulled in that certain direction. So casting, I guess, you know, was sort of a shadow under the beak because it's like protruding like, you know, that far. So we just put in tones. Right around it. So that's how. Now we could have like done this with a pen, but the exercise is much more easily explored when it is done with a pencil. And just some tones here for the eyes. Some black feathers like protruding there. It's a beautiful bird. Of course, like native to Toronto, but also still always exquisite to like look at. One of those rare colors. Of course, there's like birds of all colors. But the blue jay, like truly belonging to a genre of its own in that. So now the feathers again. We put out the plumage like this. Just so this now next we move to streamlining some of the face here. Now the other elements of the face are not necessarily the important component that we are working with. We are just trying to highlight the beak here. Reach pencil again. This has to go a little small on this end. protrusion above the beak, that is. And then of course all the other details we can add as much as possible, and the more time we take, the more realistic and finer it can be. Like this is like really just like thrown in together for the purpose of, again, highlighting the beak from this particular angle. So every element here converges. Now around this area here, particularly this and this, this and this, we are going to, now every blue jay doesn't appear the same. For that matter, every bird that is with a conical beak like this does not necessarily have to have the same type of flow of feathers around it, as the feathers get pinched going toward the tip of the beak. Well, the tip or the hem here, the borderline of the beak. So, but we can add some extra density here in the feathers, and then just fade out. And of course, like they will in that regard meet and become dense again at a certain other point on the frame of the bird. So let's again highlight the beak a little better right there. There's the lower part, and this again, this tint here that we threw in is the one that really determines, in this case, we can do it with a cross edge, we can do it with a pencil. It really determines the look of the beak as seen from like straight on, from a straight on angle, as we are looking at it right now. Now of course again, that is the front angle, and on the side the blue jay, let's put in, again it's only fair to put in at least a little tint for the eye here. And then from the angle, from this angle, depending on what kind of light source the bird is sitting in, the conical beak from the side necessarily has a tone right around the bulge, and then again a tone here right around the bulge, because going toward the inside, the beak comes like that, inward a little bit, as we can see from here as well. So rounded off like wide and then coming inward, and the same thing goes here, which means that there is a tint or a tone right around here, and then we can fade out on, to both sides, and of course add our own little detail here as we see fit. So there we have it, a essentially quickly put image. So we managed one beak in this case, and that is of a blue jay. We thought again it's ideal because it's like very conical, very streamlined, not very long, and might be a good practice to tap into when looking at it from a different angle. You could Google your own photos, you'll find something like this. And yes, again, certain like blue jays might have a different like volume of keratin in their beak, and it might appear a little differently, but usually this would be the look when we go at it and look at it from the front angle. So please do try it out. We have other videos also featuring beaks and birds and animals. So we put out content pretty much every day. So please subscribe, keep in touch. Thank you for watching and have yourself a wonderful day.